it's contributed to ectoplasmic energy.
That is correct. So therefore the spirit keeps the physical body alive, does it not?
Yeah.
Without the spirit, the physical body will die.
Yeah.
So therefore it is the main important component, spiritual energy and physical energy in relation to earth energy. The three important components, as you have learned last week, or perhaps you have all forgotten.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. So therefore the functions of ley lines itself have been recognized, and you are able to feel these vibrations as these ripples of energy which can be negative or positive. All ley lines, perhaps it is changed over thousands of years, millions of years, perhaps at a short time there is 30% positive ley lines spread across the world, and at times it is 80%. It is part of the evolution of energy and how it is balanced within the world itself. Of course, the problems and trials and tribulations is that the mankind is disrupting this balance and creating perhaps more negative energy than positive energy. For you are all emitting residual energy all the time, are you not? What is residual energy, colleague Chris, bitte? What is residual energy? Where is it generated from?
From our spirit.
From your spirit through your physical body. It is a
Yeah.
physical energy.
Yes.
You are all across the world giving off energy which is referred to as residual energy. You are emitting energy even at this moment in time. You are sitting within a circle, you are emitting and giving your energy to the physical transmedium, or that to each other, are you not, all the time?
Mm-hmm.
When you are sad, you are emitting a low vibration. If you are contentful and happy and smiling and thinking things positively, you are emitting a heightened positive energy, are you not?
Yeah.
Yes.
Therefore it is important, as the people of the world are always emitting residual energy, it does not disappear, it cannot be destroyed, can it not?
No.
But it can be manipulated, it can be changed. It is too late, it takes much energy for the spirit world to try to use and manipulate this energy. This is why it is so difficult for the earth to try. What is the theory called, colleague Chris, in relation to the effect where it is changed from negative energy to positive, or positive energy to negative energy?
The Williams effect.
Correct.
Well,
Therefore the Williams effect is a theory that dictates that as the ley lines shift and as negative energy is created in different circumstances, that the earth is able to digest and to manipulate and change this energy. For example, to the place of the Twin Towers within America, where the atrocities occurred, much negative and sudden vibration was created at this place, is it not?
yeah.
Yes.
This energy cannot be changed straight away. It will perhaps will take many decades, perhaps 100 years, perhaps thousands of years. This is where perhaps to the place of Auschwitz. For example, perhaps it is the atrocities of the Jewish population many years ago, but people are still able to feel the sadness and so forth there at this place, are they not?
Yes.
And what is happening at this moment in time in Auschwitz is that the land itself is being digested. It is being sinking, is it not? Because it is time that the earth is able to change this negative energy to positive energy. If you are spiritually aware, you are able to sense and detect these anomalies within the earth structures and vibrations. For even to the minute you walk out through your physical home, you are able to sense them in each and every moment. Can you not? Therefore, of course, depending on the amount of residual energy created at that moment in time will depend, for example, of the amount of residual energy created by the physical human being. For example, into the place, to the place of gathering of all the people. For example, colleague Roy, you are to be inviting 2.3 million people in one place, and you are all meditating, sending your love and light out. What type of energy are you going to be creating? Negative energy or physical energy?
You'll be creating positive physical energy.
That is correct. So this energy can be generated even by the human beings. Therefore, if human beings is able to create positive and negative energy, you are all responsible to the balance of the Vedic cycle and foundations, are you not? Meine Güte, are they not, colleagues?
Yes.
They are.
Good. So therefore it is important that mankind at this moment in time is starting to lose the spiritual sensory abilities, but it is important to promote the importance of meditation and spiritual awareness as well. The more you become spiritually aware, you are able to sense your environment better than you may have done when you were walking blindly across the Ved, are you not? Therefore it is important, as part of this understanding, is to walk hand in hand together and to share this knowledge to the Ved, must you not? Therefore, colleague Ruth, do you have any questions at this moment in time?
Not at this moment. I have, it was mentioned before about a blue energy, but I'll ask that again.
It is only a terminology that the people of the Ved are calling this green energy, are they not, as part of the sustainable environment.
Right.
It will refer this to blue energy, a sustainable energy even myself was working towards all those many years ago. Do you understand
Oh,
this?
yeah, okay, yeah.
Good.
Thank you.
Colleague J, are you still awake with me?
I am indeed.
Do you have a question for myself?
Just when we were mentioning about being reincarnated again for a future physical experience, is it always going to be on this planet? Would we be reincarnated to other areas of the universe?
I saw you have asked myself an interesting question. As I have highlighted into the explanation, spiritually and physically you are connected to the earth of the energy of Mother Earth itself. Therefore it would be highly unlikely, perhaps at 97.8% in probability that you will reincarnate to another planet itself. Because, for example, colleague J, you have conducted, you have reincarnated 30 times onto this earth plane. You have created an ethnic body, have you not, of the 30 lifetimes. You have embedded of an outline of a physical human being, have you not?
Yes.
Therefore, it would be part of your quest and progression is to reincarnate, to brighten your light, to learn and to understand.
Yeah.
It would be not a good idea for the spirit to wander to a different vibration which may take you tens of thousands of years. And then once you have changed your vibration, you must wait a long time, because it is not simple that you may reincarnate to perhaps to your friends from the other world that perhaps have different sensory perceptions. Do you not understand?
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for asking me the questions.
Jimmy?
I was just thinking about ley lines and possible damage that can be caused to them. What is it? Is the earth able to sort of repair any damage that's brought about?
Rather, can your spirit be damaged? It cannot. But your physical body can be damaged, can it not?
It can, yeah.
So therefore, ley lines are spiritual energies that surround the earth. Therefore, it is a grip of energy. If, for example, colleague Timmy, if you have a physical heart anomaly that has affected your physical heart, that will imbalance the energy flow of your green chakra, will it not?
Yeah.
But of course, for example, as part of the weight, if there is large parts of the weight that is being damaged, that the earth's energy cannot replenish and balance this energy in these areas. Therefore, rather being a natural process, the process is too fast for the earth to try to change it through the Williams effect, changing from negative to positive, positive to negative. Do you understand it?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
part of the harmony of the weight.
Yeah.
Have I answered your question?
Yes, you have. I was forgetting about the women Tibet. Yeah, thank you.
Good.
Mary?
Sorry. Do you get a choice whether you reincarnate?
Yes, it is free will. There is not God or the Great Spirit that said, colleague Aaron, you must learn tolerance and patience, return to the earth plane. You will be making these decisions yourself, you'll be speaking with your guides and many of your friends. It takes time and energy to plan and organize. Perhaps colleague Jay is able to help you this within the folders.
Thank you.
Have I answered your question?
Yes, thank you.
It is a fundamental, universal law of free will always. Do you understand
I
this?
do, thank you.
Good.
Chris?
Yeah, I've got a question. It's about, do you know areas of the earth where you have these junctions of ley lines?
Yes.
And where you would have a large gathering of people. Take, for example, say Glastonbury.
Yes.
Now that's somewhere that you have positive things going on, you have negative things going
That
on
is
as well.
correct.
So how does this, I don't know what I'm trying to get at, but how does this affect in terms of the energy on the ley line? Does it disrupt the balance of anything?
No, it does not, because does the Glastonbury have the festivals each year, or does it not?
Yeah.
It does not. Have you done your research?
Not that
Therefore,
good.
that you organise it as spiritually aware, that it allows the lands in which they are conducting these festivals to be replenished. It gives time, but of course you cannot give 2 or 3 years. It could take 30 years time.
Right.
Do you understand this?
Yes.
But of course I've been informed, and also to the explanation of like attracts like as well. Negative attracts negative, positive attracts positive all the time. For example, to the place of your hotel, for example, as I have explained, perhaps some weeks there would be many happy people. Perhaps 1 week there are many negative people, because they are all through magnetic impulses connected spiritually, if this is negative or positive.
Yeah.
Do you understand this?
Yeah, just on a similar note, say for example you had somewhere similar where you had this junction of ley line. And
Yes.
is it possible that obviously we're spiritually aware at the same time that we'd be aware of going to these places to connect up?
Yes, you are always doing this. If you are able, you are helping the earth itself.
Right.
Therefore, if there is going to be a storm, it is guaranteed that the Fleetwood place, it is safe from the wind because of all the work that you have conducted. Maybe. So therefore this place you have all that the human beings are able to manipulate and change these, but only through the free will and permission of the earth itself. Do you understand this?
Yeah, I'm just wondering if...
You are not able to use the ley line number 1. Only which ley line are you more likely to use? Number 3.
But, so, on the astral you could meet up, say for instance, and organise it. So when
Yes,
you're coming back, you
yes,
know, to make a link.
yes. Not all the people's able to link to these ley lines either.
Well, I should imagine you'd have to be quite... Well, you have to be
Spiritually
aware.
evolved
Yeah.
and spiritually aware as well.
Thank you for that, Albert.
Good.
Interesting.
Wendy.
Right, so negative energy is not necessarily bad energy.
That is correct.
So I assume then that it would have for the Earth to be balanced, or it would have to be 50% positive and 50% negative.
Not all the time. This is where it is important to highlight. Perhaps for 10,200 years, the balance is 70% negative, 30% positive. It changes all the time as the Earth of the cycle, and the Earth is going through an important cycle the next 2,000 to 3,000 years of the Earth's history.
Yes.
Do you understand this?
Yes, I understand that.
Good.
Can I ask another question?
Yes,
as
you
well?
are able.
I just wanted to ask, can you astral travel when you're meditating?
Yes, you are able to do this.
Yeah.
Astral projection is the right reference to this.
Yes.
If you're astral traveling, you are physically asleep.
Yeah.
If you're astral projection, you are able to physically and spiritually lift your vibration, and you are on the physical earth plane. The same expression of energies you see when the people are seeing the spirits physically. Do you understand this?
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
So perhaps you are not seeing spirit, you are a person seeing in a physical body in America,
Yeah.
or perhaps a person in Australia. Do you understand this?
Yes, I do. That's very interesting.
Good,
Very interesting. I've got another quick one, Albert.
good.
It's concerning what you said about Mother Earth there. When Mother Earth dies, the physical dies, right? But the spirit is still there. So, how will the, I don't know how it works. Would the Earth reincarnate as another planet then, where we could reincarnate as human beings connected to it, or not? Or would we all stay in spirit?
Meine Güte, I must think upon these questions. I will find this out for you, and I will explain this to you in good time.
Oh, thank
But
you.
at this moment in time, I do not know what occurs to the spirit of the earth as the physical plane perishes and dies. Do you understand this?
Yeah. It's what happens to us. Yeah.
We go back to the source.
The source,
The
Mine,
Godhead.
nine, because you are not all going to the same place. You are
Yeah,
all different
yeah, different
lights,
levels,
are you
isn't it?
nine?
Yeah.
You can
Different
still
levels, yeah.
progress in the spirit world.
Yeah.
You do not need to reincarnate to learn, to progress and to experience, but it would be hateful. Good.
It's interesting, Albert. Thank you.
Good. Colleague J, do you have another questions?
I'm just wondering about with the reincarnation and choosing to reincarnate.
Yes.
I'm just trying to figure out how that's a conscious thought when you're in spirit. Is it?
You are still spirit. You are still, for example, colleague J, you return to the spirit world. You are still Jill, are you not? You are still an individual, because in the 30 lifetimes you have become a person, a character and personality. You are an individual that determines your experiences of all your lifetimes.
Yes.
And consciously there is a feeling. You become aware of, perhaps you discuss this with your guides and your families in the spirit world, that says to yourself, I am ready to reincarnate. And you will take upon this decision not lightly. You will discuss this carefully, depending on your spiritual growth and your spiritual light. The more spiritually evolved you are, the more that you will plan and organize of the families, to the communities, to the societies, and to the lands in which you reincarnate in.
Yes.
Does this make sense?
Yes, it does. I was aware of somebody whose child spoke regularly through his early childhood of actually seeing and choosing his mother, and he had retained all that memory of his
Yes.
choice. Is that quite rare? 'Cause I
It
don't
is
remember.
rare, yes, it is rare at this moment in time. It depends on your spiritual understanding and your spiritual light. But there are also negative spirits that is able to remember, as they not. It is not depending all the time, but possibly it is a possibility. That
Okay.
depending on your spiritual acceptance of this knowledge, but it is also the question in which I wish also fair to ask, why can you not remember all your lifetimes of all the mothers? Because it would be too much for your physical to accept. The knowledge is there embedded within your spirit and ethnic body, but it would be too much emotionally. You wish to return to the spirit world too quickly. This is why you do not remember. That is why 99.7% of the world populations of the world do not remember, for it would be unnecessary. You have too many issues and trials and tribulations to concentrate this lifetime, have you not?
Yes, indeed.
Good. Have I answered your questions?
Yes, thank you.
Good. Colleague Timmy.
No, I don't have another question, thanks. I've got plenty to digest, thank you.
Good.
Sorry.
When you were on the earth plane,
Yes.
Robert, did you believe in reincarnation then?
I did not, but I was searching for the answers. As I was searching scientifically, I came shortly at the end of the years of my physical life, came to the acceptance and started questioning my own immortality and perhaps the possibilities of the existence of life after physical death. But I did not understand the concept and series of God and so forth, because it is beyond my own comprehension, and it still is at this moment in time. But in reincarnation, of course, I accept this now, but I did not at that time. Good. Have I answered your question?
You have, thank you.
Just something I was sat here thinking about as you've explained about the earth and the earth's spirit and the emotions and everything. It might seem a bit strange, this, but it just occurs to me that in a lot of ways it's almost a lot of people's perception of God, in a way, and the creation of things.
It
Do you
is just,
understand what I
yes.
mean? Yeah, but
I wish to highlight to all the people, your understanding is interconnected to your knowledge in which you shall receive, and how you understand this knowledge, it will determine your open-mindedness, your perception, acceptance of your environment. If you do not have the knowledge and you are not spiritually progressed, you are not going to see beyond this understanding, are you not? You will be limited by this understanding and perception. Much is through fear. There are many of the world and the people of the world that see that God himself has made that of the earth itself, and it is the only habitable place across all the universe. This is what they believe, because this is what they accept, because of their knowledge and their understanding of this knowledge. Do you understand this? If you're able to lift your vibrations through meditation, you come to accept that there is much more possibilities, that there must be life in other ways, which they are they not?
Certainly are.
You have spoken to them, have you not?
Yes.
What?
Yeah, I just found I mean, obviously I like know differently, but it would come under a lot of people's perception. The biggest thing that comes to example is, you know, you could argue what's true and what's not, but Noah's Ark, for example, and he thought he was talking to God, that God was doing this, but he used to say Mother Earth. He wasn't in communication with Mother Earth, cleansing itself.
That is a thought, is it not?
Yeah.
The possibilities that you are able to feel, sense and experience the vibration in which Mother Earth emits all the time.
So that says to me, if there was such a man, he was quite spiritually evolved.
That is correct, but that is a story in which I must familiarise myself perhaps a little better.
I think that's another video on.
Perhaps, quite.
Wendy.
No, I'm fine, thank you.
Good. Then I have been informed that I have stayed within this physical perhaps too long, but I wish to thank colleague Stephen, but as I have highlighted, as you have also signed the contract. I wish to all those that have watched this video, of those that wish to ask further questions, better do so by perhaps searching colleague Jimmy, colleague Chris, Stephen, or their colleague Roy themselves of the Einstein Initiative. I am positively sure at this moment in time they will be eager to be receiving your questions, because we are all searching for spiritual truth, physically and spiritually, are we not?
Yes.
Auf Wiedersehen, colleagues. Stay positive, keep an open mind, never stop trusting, but trust with caution all the time. On behalf of Asa and my children and thousands of others that have stood upon this stadium this evening, auf Wiedersehen.
Oh,
I think so.
I love to have him.